Namaste. You're with Yogi Moksha. I'm Andrew, and this is Vanessa. We've got another 90-minute functional yin practice for you today. And today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to start with a full body sequence, but we're going to progress through the body in a slightly different way, a more methodical way. We're going to, almost like a circuit. We're going to work from the left toe all the way up the left-hand side of the body to the head, and then down the right-hand side of the body. Why? Might be a good question. Well, this allows us to, as we progress through the body, in our rebounds in particular, perhaps be more aware of or more in tune with some of the sensations of the area we've just worked through, and allows us to compare sides of the body so we can get a nice contrast. So give it a try. Maybe even try a full body sequence of ours without the circuit. See what that feels like. Then try this and see if the change really works for you. So starting as we do with all of our practices, with some focus time, using the breath to really draw our attention inwards, getting yourself comfortable, either in a cross-legged Seiza or sitting on a block, perhaps like I am, somewhere that allows you to be comfortable, stable, a nice erect spine, and just settling into the posture, nicely grounded, bringing the eyes to a close if you're comfortable, or if you prefer, just gazing down towards the floor or the mat. Starting to bring the awareness to the breath, breathing in and out through the nostrils to our full practice. Natural rhythm to the breathing. Just allow the breath to come and go. And naturally over time you'll feel that the breaths may lengthen. As the breaths lengthen, we relax and allow ourselves to open more to the practice. And just continuing to inhale and exhale. If you wish, count 1 on the inhale, 2 on the exhale, 3 on the inhale, 4 on the exhale, and just continuing all the way to 10. And then when you reach 10, starting again at 1. If you wish, you can also bring the attention to the lower abdomen. Drawing the breath into that part of the body. Maybe taking a couple of deeper inhales and exhales now. Getting ready to move into our first posture. So when you're ready, you're removing any blocks or props. So our first target area is that left foot, the left toes, everyone's favourite, the toe tuck. So we're going to come onto all fours and we're just tucking the left. So extend the right foot, tuck the toes of the left and start with the hands in front, so we've got most of our weight coming forward. Just start to feel that edge in the left foot. Finding that edge, that sort of first point of physical resistance. And then perhaps as that edge opens up, use the breath to relax into the left foot. And breathe into the sole of the foot. Maybe the posture opens up. And if it does, you can start to bring back more weight. But again, if you're comfortable here, that's also fine. Find the edge, relax. Feel that connective tissue stress across the sole of the left foot. Maybe coming up the front of the left leg. Maybe even in the quad. And the healthy stress in the bones. The left toes, ankle, knee. Remembering at any stage you can come forward, take a bit of weight off. Otherwise, just settling into yin, relax and surrender. Couple of breaths here now. Leaning forward, just untucking those toes in the left foot. Coming back, so we're just extending, almost a counter posture to the last one. Then we're going to use a block or something similar. If you haven't got a block, you could use a book or rolled up mat. Just to elevate that left knee, and we're doing that so we're getting a bit more stress here in the front of the ankle than we are on the right hand side. So again, finding the edge, relaxing that left ankle, allowing the posture to open up, feeling the stress at the front of the leg. Ankle and toes going to the other extreme in the range of motion. Maybe if things open up, you can drop another block in or something else. Again, you can adjust the amount of stress in the ankle by coming forward or taking the weight of the body back. Just exploring the stress in the connective tissue, the stress in the bones, right up through the knee. And just opening to the posture. Couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And when you're comfortable, just removing any props, coming straight into our Next posture, so target area, left quad. So I'm going to do that simply by bringing that right leg forward, straightening the right leg. Number of options here. You've probably already got some stress there in the left quad. And in fact, for some of us, maybe that's too much. So we could pop a block under the right buttock. Still get some stress there. We can either stay up in this posture, we could come back onto elbows. We could use a bolster behind the back to support ourselves. So lengthways we could have a bolster, lie back. Just finding that edge wherever it is for us, that first edge. Relaxing the quad, the left quad. Allowing it to open. And if we're comfortable, a few more options, we could come onto the back. Take the arms overhead. I think Vanessa's demonstrating. Arms go over the head, holding on to the opposite elbows. You can take the arms over, straighten out the arms if you want. Even reel that torso over to the right, away from the left quad, and just feel that additional stress down the left hand side. Other options to just play around with. You could bend that right leg, bring the right foot to the mat, and even drop that right knee out to the side. And of course the position of the head. So just explore some of these variations and see which gives you the most effective, the most efficient stress in the target area in that left quad. Couple of deep breaths, ready to move again. So our next target area is the hamstring on the left leg. So just bringing both legs straight out in front, coming up to a seated position. Couple of options. We can bring our right foot into the inside of the left thigh. I think Vanessa's going to demonstrate that. Yep. Or we can bring that right foot back behind us. It really just comes down to whether you're more comfortable with internal or external rotation around the hip. From there, we're going to bring the torso forward over that extended left leg. Finding that edge. Should be feeling some nice stress at the back of the left leg, the hamstring here. If you're in the variation I'm in, then maybe a little bit in the groin as well, on that right leg. And because our target area is the back of the leg, we're going to want the back to be reasonably straight. The more we round the back, the more stress we move to the back. Finding the edge relaxing. Perhaps things open up a little bit. If they do, we can just allow the torso to drop forward. Again, various options here. We can support the head with the block, or we can use a bolster. We could lie forward onto a bolster, or we can just allow the body to be supported on the elbows or come down towards the mat or the leg. So finding some stillness. Really feeling that connective tissue stress all the way up the back of the leg, left hamstring. Maybe even starts down in the sole of the left foot, coming all the way up the hamstring to the left glute. And you might even get a bit of something there up through the left-hand side of the back, thoracolumbar. The deeper breaths, ready to move. Exhale. Next target area is the glute, the left glute. So as we inhale, bringing the body back up, bringing that right foot forward. I'm going to come to lying on the back. I'm going to bring both feet to the mat, bend the knees, and just bend that left leg, rest the left ankle just below the right knee. So there's a few options here. We may already be getting a little bit of stress there in that left glute. Option one would be putting a block or blocks underneath the right foot. Might give us a little bit more stress there. Alternatively, you can reach through, hold behind the knee, much underneath the knee, or reaching through to the shin and just holding the right leg there. So just finding which of those allows you to find your edge. Relaxing, maybe adjusting as things open up a bit. Again, you can explore the effect of moving the head, turning it to the right. And just finding stillness. Stillness allows us to trace the connective tissue stress in the left glute, maybe even the IT band down the outside of the left leg. And some nice stress in the bones, knee, femur, pelvis, hip joint. And just allowing the breath to take you a little bit deeper. And just a few more breaths here before we get ready to move to our first rebound. Just gently releasing the right leg, allowing both legs to come down in front, and just continuing to lie flat on the back. Arms and legs relaxed. Bringing our attention to the area we've just worked, so the left leg, so all the way from the toes coming up, hamstring, quad, glute. And now perhaps beginning to see the difference between approaching the sequence in this way rather than a more typical full body practice. So really isolating that left leg, comparing it to the right, the different sensations that are arising. How does the left leg feel compared to the right? Are there different sensations in both legs? Just continuing to observe in these rebounds as we move through the practice, compare and contrast. Getting ready to move to our next posture. The target area for the next posture is the glute and the groin. We're going to do that by staying on our back, just bringing that left knee in towards the chest, taking the sole of the foot towards the ceiling, and then reaching up, so we can either inside or outside of the leg, one or two hands, entirely up to you. And then just gently allowing the weight of the hand or hands to bring the left knee towards the mat. The mat is the direction, not the goal. So just finding the edge here. Breathing into that left glute. As we exhale, feeling the glute and the groin relax. Maybe the posture opens up a little bit. And as it opens up, perhaps that knee moves or feels like it moves closer towards the mat. Nice stillness. Feeling that connective tissue stress in the left glute. Through the groin. And in the bones, in the ankles, knees, femur, pelvis, hip joint. Just enjoying this for another minute or so. Couple of deeper breaths. Ready to move to the next posture. Just releasing that left foot. Our next target area is we're going to come up to the rectus abdominis and the base of the spine on the left hand side. So we're just going to roll over up to our front. And from here we're just going to support ourselves on our elbows in a nice little sphinx posture. Legs extended. Then we're going to take that right leg, bend it at the knee, bring it up alongside the right hand side of the body. And again, start to find that edge. So our target area is the rectus abdominis on the left hand side of the body, going down into the hip flexor. Just relaxing, allowing the posture to open up. If we're really not feeling anything here in the left hip flexor or rectus abdominis, we can elevate the elbows a little. We can use blocks or bolsters. And we can also play with the position of the knee and bring that further up. And even the ankle, taking that right ankle, out. All of this is going to affect the stress that we're feeling across that left hip flexor and rectus abdominis area. And again, we can even drop the head to the right hand side, towards the right shoulder, or even forward, and just see how that feels pulling through into the left hand side of the body. And for those who are still not really feeling much, further option is to bend that left leg at the knee and bring the heel in towards the left buttock. It's probably going to give you a little more stress in the hip flexor. So just finding an expression that works today. Exploring the connective tissue stress, hip flexor, rectus abdominis on the left hand side. Nice compression in the base of the spine there, lumbar, sacrum. And just a couple more breaths here. Gently removing any props. Now I'm just going to turn around, but you don't need to. Our target area, we're going to move up the body towards the left scapula, so the left side of the upper chest. I'll just turn over so that you can see the arms. We're going to lie on our front. Extend the left arm out to the side. And then roll the body back. Now you might find it comfortable to support the head with a block. Right arm can just be behind. Just fold the right arm behind. And again, find that edge. Relaxing, using the breath. Directing the breath to the target area, the left shoulder, scapula. And if you find that things open up as you relax, you can even take the hands together behind you, interlace the fingers, or grab hold of the fingers of the left arm and bring that right leg up. You can bend that right leg, putting the foot flat on the mat. And all of these variations just add a bit more weight, draw the body over, and increase the stress on the target area. So finding that stillness, exploring the connective tissue stress in the front of the left shoulder, across the front of the chest, the upper chest, maybe even down the inside of the arms there, inside of the left arm in particular. Just gently releasing, coming in for another rebound. So just rolling over to lying on the back. Closing the eyes. Taking the attention to the upper part of the left hand side of the body. Hip flexor, flexor abdominis. Coming up to that sort of left hand side of the chest. Tuning into any sensations there. Maybe using the right hand side as the baseline. Just comparing how the two sides feel. Maybe if you don't feel there are any particular sensations, you can detect something, some difference between the left and the right hand sides. Just noting what those are. A couple of deeper breaths, ready to move into our next posture. When you're ready, rolling over back onto the knees, coming up onto the knees. I'll demonstrate from the front and Vanessa can from the side. So we've moved all the way up the left hand side, now we're into the neck before we descend down the right side. So just allowing the head to drop towards the left. You're going to feel the stress on the right hand side of the neck. Trying not to lift the shoulder, allowing it to be a movement of the head down to the shoulder. Finding the edge, relaxing, using the breath. Nice connective tissue stress all the way down the right side of the neck, maybe into the shoulder, coming down the right side of the body, into the arm. Stress on the bones up in the cervical spine, nice bit of lateral flexion, opening up the side of the spine up there in the neck. Couple more breaths here. When you're ready, just gently inhale, bring the head back to the center. Maybe a breath or two here before we come to the other side. So just allow the right ear to move towards the right shoulder. And transfer that stress now to the left-hand side of the neck. Using the breath to relax. Open up the left-hand side. Maybe the head gradually falls just a little bit more to the right. Feeling again that nice stress down the left side of the neck, into the left arm perhaps, down to the left side of the body. And again, that healthy stress on the bones and the cervical spine, lateral flexion. Next inhale, bring the head back to the centre. Nice and slow. Maybe a breath here before we allow the head to fall forward. So not using any muscles to bring it forward, just allow the weight of the head and gravity to draw the head forward, keeping the spine nice and straight. You've got all that connective tissue stress now in the back of the neck. Use the breath to relax. Breathe into the back of the neck, the top of the shoulders. And maybe feel that connective tissue stress down the back of the neck, into the shoulders, even coming down through the back, the thoracolumbar. Some nice deep flexion of the cervical spine, neck. Opening up the back of the spine. Next inhale, lifting the head back to the centre. Gentle breath or two here. And then on the next exhale, just allow the head to fall back to the degree that you're comfortable. Perhaps you want to keep the eyes open. That helps some people with dizziness. You might also want to have your hands on the mat to support yourself. Try not to hunch the shoulders up. Otherwise, just allow the head to fall back. Really opening up the front of the neck and throat here. Using the breath to relax. Connective tissue stress all the way down the front of the neck. Maybe coming down into the upper torso. Compression in the back of the neck as we extend the cervical spine. exhaling, bringing the head slowly back to the center and just coming to lying on our back. For a quick rebound, and bringing our awareness to the neck, the shoulders. But as we're at the turning point in the practice, or we move down the other side, perhaps also drawing in that left-hand side. So now we've got the whole of the left-hand side of the body we've worked with, and the neck and shoulders. So seeing if perhaps there are sensations moving through that whole side of the body, and how that whole side of the body compares to the right-hand side. A couple of deeper breaths now, getting ready to work our way down the right-hand side. And when you're ready, just rolling over to your front. Our target area is the right shoulder now, so the right scapula. As we did before. Coming onto the front of the body, extending the right arm, and then rolling the body back over that right arm. Remembering we can support the head with a block if we want, or towel or bolster. Left hand can just be folded behind the body. And rather than extending the right arm, you could even try, as Vanessa's demonstrating, just having that right arm in a stop sign. You're still going to get the stress in the target area in the front of the right shoulder. Finding the edge here, relaxing, using the breath to relax and open that right shoulder up. And then, same options as we had on the other side. We could bring that left foot up onto the mat and have the knee up, just carrying a bit of weight over. We could take the left hand behind us, interlace fingers in the right hand, or we could take hold of the fingers of the right hand and then just finding stillness in our chosen posture. Feeling that connective tissue stress in the right shoulder, scapula, coming down the inside of the right arm and across the front of the chest. And just gently releasing, coming to lying on our front again. So we're moving the target area down from the shoulder down to the hip flexor and the rectus abdominis in the front. So we're going to start as we did on the other side with lying on our front, supported on the elbows. This time we're going to bend the left leg, bring that up, left hand side of the body. Already feeling a bit of stress there in the right rectus abdominis and the right hip flexor. Finding the edge, relaxing. Things open up and want a little bit more. Maybe bringing in the bolster or the block just to elevate the elbows. Perhaps dropping the head forward to the left, seeing what that does in terms of the stress down the right hand side of the body. And again, you've always got the option now or in a minute or so to bend that right leg at the knee and bring the heel in towards the right buttock. So just finding stillness wherever you are, bringing the focus to the connective tissue stress in the right hip flexor, rectus abdominis, maybe even the sides of the body, the obliques, if you've got the head dropped to the left. Remembering you can adjust at any stage. When we talk about stillness, it's really just avoiding fidgeting, but if you want to adjust deeper in or come out a bit in the posture, that's fine. A couple of deeper breaths now. And getting ready to move to our next posture. So target area for the next posture is the glute. So just releasing, moving any props, just rolling over onto the back. Bringing both feet to the mat, bend the knees. Bringing that right knee in towards the chest. Sorry, extend the left leg. Bringing that sole of the foot to face the ceiling and then reaching up inside, outside the foot, one or two hands. And just allowing the weight of the hand or hands to draw that knee down, that right knee down towards the mat. Not trying to pull it down or force it down. the direction is towards the mat. And some of us, including me, may never actually get to the mat. As Vanessa says, most of us, in fact, yes. So if you are on the mat with your knee, please do drop us a note and let us know. So finding stillness. Really feeling that connective tissue stress in the right glute, groin, and a healthy stress in the bones, ankle, knee, femur, pelvis. Really opening up on that right hand side now. And just enjoying this posture as it opens up. Another minute or so here. Getting ready for our next rebound now, just a couple of deeper inhales and exhales. Gently releasing that right foot, right leg to the mat. Lying flat on the back. Ready to enjoy a couple of moments of reflection. So eyes closed. Bring the attention now to that right side of the body. We've just been working through from the shoulders, we've come through hip flexors, glute, groin. So now flipping it the other way, let's compare the right side to the left side. Just noting any differences there. What are the sensations that are different on the right side versus the left side now? Perhaps both are feeling quite open, but perhaps there's a sort of light vibration or temperature difference on the right hand side now. Maybe we can feel some sensation moving through that right side of the body. Whatever it is, just observe and follow. Again, getting ready to move. Our target area is the glute and the groin on the right hand side. So as we did on the other side, we're going to access that by bending both legs, bringing that right foot, so lying on the back, bringing that right foot up onto the left thigh just below the knee, and either working with something underneath that left foot. Perhaps for some of us that's giving us plenty. Or we can reach through with the hands behind the left knee, or through onto the shin in front. Just finding the expression that works today for us and finding that edge. We can start with one expression and deepen it. Initially, just find that edge. Settle here. Use the breath to relax. Breathe into the right glute. Exhale, maybe we feel that right glute open up a bit more. And maybe that left knee comes in towards the chest a bit more. Just feeling that connective tissue stress in the right glute, maybe down the IT band and the outside of the right leg. It is said that we carry an awful lot of stress, and particularly emotional stress, in our hips. So sometimes when we work this area, emotions can come to the surface. And sometimes it just feels so good when we've done it. A relief. And just under a minute, so just enjoying the last few breaths here. Again, always try a different orientation of the head and see what that does. Just proving that all the fascia in the body is connected. Couple of deeper breaths. Ready to move. Just releasing that left leg. Maybe just stretching out the both legs. Our target area is the hamstring, so the right hamstring. So we're going to come back to seated, legs in front. Again, two options. Bend that left leg, bring the left sole of the foot into the right thigh, or take the left leg behind. Again, you might want blocks or bolsters, but initially, target area, right hamstring, so we're going to fold the body forward. Trying to ensure that right leg is completely relaxed. Find your edge. Pause here, don't pull through. Relax with the breath. Breathe into the back of the right leg. Our target area is the hamstring, so we're not looking to round the spine too much. We want it to be reasonably straight. And then as you relax and the posture opens up, feel free to come forward, supporting as Vanessa's going to demonstrate with a block, or you can even use a bolster alongside your leg here, or even a bolster across the leg. Or just fold forward onto the elbows. Or just coming forward to your leg or the mat. Again, not pulling into it, just allowing the weight of the body to come forward under gravity. Settling in, finding stillness, taking the mind to the connective tissue stress all the way up the back of the right leg, maybe even from the middle of the sole of the foot, up through the right hamstring, into the right glute, maybe even up the right hand side of the back, the thoracolumbar. Couple of deeper breaths, ready to move. Next inhale, bringing the body back up, backing the left leg out to the front. Our next target area is coming down to the right quad, so we're going to take that right leg behind us. Again, if we need to, we can sit the left buttock up on a block. That takes some stress off the knee. And from here, we're going to just find our edge. We've got some stress there already. Maybe we're comfortable here, or as Vanessa's demonstrated, we can come back, put the hands behind us, a little bit more stress, or come down onto the elbows. We could grab the bolster and stick that behind, so lengthways behind, running up the spine. Just allows us to completely relax in without going right back. Just finding the edge here, relaxing. As we open up and relax, perhaps we want to come back a bit further. As we did on the other side, we have options. We can take the arms up above the head. We can even shuffle the torso off to the left, so away from the target area, and just see how that affects the connective tissue stress, particularly with extended arms. We can bring that left knee up left foot on the mat. Or just allow that knee to drop out to the side. Any stage in the posture if you want to move between variations, that's fine. Just explore that connective tissue stress all the way from the right quad, the right quad, maybe even the hip flexor, the obliques, particularly if you've got our torso over to the left. Getting ready to move. So releasing the arms and legs. Going back up to a seated position into César. So, sitting back on both heels. Again, target area here is the front of the ankle. So we've got the option of just sitting here in César, or if we're comfortable, elevating that right knee. Start with one block, or you could go up to two, depending how much you're comfortable with on the front of that right ankle. So finding the edge, relaxing, bringing the attention and the breath to the right ankle and toes. Feeling the connective tissue stress all the way up the front of that right foot, across the top of the foot, up the front of the leg. Maybe stressing the bones, toes, ankles, even the knee. Again, you can moderate by coming forward, taking some weight in the hands, or moving back to put a little bit more weight and therefore a little bit more stress on that joint. Couple more breaths here. When you're comfortable, inhale and remove any blocks. Going to our final posture, everyone's favourite. Tucking the toes of that right foot. So maybe starting with the hands in front, just while we settle in. So the toes of the left foot stay extended, it's just the right. So we're tucking the toes. Finding that edge. Just allowing that right foot to open up across the sole of the foot. And then either deciding that we're okay here, or If we want, we can start to bring the body up, more weight back, more stress in the right toes and ankle. Feeling the connective tissue stress across the sole of the foot there. Maybe coming up the front of the shin, maybe even a little bit in the quad. But very definitely feeling that stress in the right toes and the ankle. And coming up to the knee. Just a couple of breaths now. You can always press replay if you want to do more. I know Vanessa's keen. And gently releasing the right toes, coming to our final position, Shavasana. So come to lying flat on the back. Arms and legs extended, relaxed, a little away from the body. Eyes closed if you're comfortable with that. Or just a soft gaze towards the ceiling or a point on the wall. As we settle in, as we sink into the earth just a little bit, just feel the breath moving in and out of the body. Probably moving in and out of the body a little easier than it was at the start of the practice. As it moves in and out, probably percolating energy and air a little deeper into the body. So as we ease into our Shavasana, let's just retrace where we've been. Let's bring our attention to the left toe, base of the left foot, the sole of the left foot. With our attention there, see if we can bring to mind or visualize warm blue energy. Blue relaxing, blue warm, fluid, moving around along the sole of the foot, from the toe to the heel. Everywhere it moves, it relaxes. Now feel it move up the leg. As we worked up the leg, we came up the hamstring, through the knee, quad, groin, up to the glute and the hip flexor. That whole left leg relaxed, full of blue, warm energy. Going further up the left-hand side, the obliques, rectus abdominis, coming up the left-hand side of the chest, the left shoulder, all the way down the left arm. Warm blue energy filling that left side of the body, the whole left-hand side of the body. And from the left shoulder, it moves up into the neck. Maybe coming up the back of the neck and over the top of the head. cascading down the sides and front of the head, front of the neck, to the right shoulder. Right shoulder coming down the inside and outside of the right arm. Right down to the fingertips. Warm blue energy. Relaxing. Down the right side from the shoulder, on the right side, down through the right side of the chest, side of the body, the obliques, lower abdominals, glutes, hip flexor, groin, inside of the leg, front of the leg, quad, all the way down the back of the hamstrings, coming down through the knee, down to the ankle and the toes. Warm, blue energy, relaxing. Maybe just feeling that whole circuit. Move the attention from the left toe up the left-hand side of the body, up through the head, all the way down the right-hand side of the body. And either keep on moving that warm, blue, relaxing energy up through that body, left-hand side, down the right-hand side. Before settling it around the heart space. Just feeling it move out through the chest. Just enjoying that sensation for a couple more minutes. Just gently bringing yourself back to the room. Maybe taking a couple of deeper inhales and exhales. Wiggling some fingers and some toes. Maybe taking the arms up over the head. Stretching. And when you're ready, just rolling to one side. And coming up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed if you're comfortable to do so. Gently blinking open the eyes. Lifting the head. Thank you for practicing with us. I hope you enjoyed that practice. Do try experimenting with your practices a little bit in terms of intentions and being aware throughout the practice. Maybe take time to pause in your rebounds and mindfully just explore what's going on with different parts of the body. And let us know how you're going.